Oh, hello. It's Eric Durbin again with another pool story here. Um, this one takes place in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, approximately 1994. It was around 94, 95. It was at a pool room called Barefoot Billiards. Um, well, there was a guy there. His name was Jeff. I think it was Jeff Cantrell, maybe Jeff Wigrin. I can't remember one of those Jeff, but he owned something to do with the oil change place, the Jiffy Lube. There's a national everybody's heard of Jiffy Lube where you go get your oil changes. This was a long time ago. I don't know if he just owned a few of them there in that area, but if I recall right, it seems like he actually was like he owned some of the company. I don't even know, but whatever the case, he was involved with that. He had a lot of money and loved to play pool. He wasn't easy to get in a game with, really. Like, it's not like he just gave money away to people. And this was in my, I was kind of aspiring. I thought I was trying to be some kind of a pool hustler at the time, which obviously never worked out for me. but I did have I had a few moments at it. I was by myself in Myrtle Beach. I had been with a few other people I know down there. One pretty rough character, Big John Hog. They call him Hog. Oh yeah, and believe me, he was a rough character. He was like, he just went in spots. He walked in and they just handed him money to leave. Anywhere he went, they just paid him to leave. Like, have a nice day. He was one of them kind of guys. The story was he up in Huntington, West Virginia. He was up there doing something and he had a little disagreement with the bar owner, and he fought like 5+ guys on the college football team, and this wasn't no phony story. Like this was a real story. This guy, that's the kind of guy he was back in '95. I've seen him a few times in the more recent years, and he still was. I wouldn't have wanted to be I wouldn't have wanted to be in a bad spot with him even then. Uh, but I did hear he passed away. Rest in peace, Hog John. I think it was Super Bowl Sunday, maybe 2015, possibly 14, 15, somewhere in that area. I don't know, but I was down there with him. At that time he was involved in a lot of pool, money, just gambling, so forth. And but that wasn't really for me. I never was much of the gangster type myself. But so I'm by myself there in Myrtle Beach. I'm hanging out around this pool room. There's a lot of people there at the time. I think Ronnie. I just remember seeing Wiseman was around there playing some pool at the time. Beanie Weenie, Beanie Weenie, the famous. What's his name? I can't even think of his damn name now. I always knew about Beanie Weenie, but the story on him was that he actually opened a stand down there on the beach, like in the '60s or late '50s or '60s or something, and he was selling the baked beans with little chopped up hot dogs in it before, and like someone tried to say he came out with that. That was his deal. I don't know. Either way, I know he was a legend in the game of American pocket billiards, and I got to spend some time around. He was a pretty classy person, and so there was many other characters around there at that time. There was a lot of action going on in that particular area, and here I am. I'm 18 or 19 on foot. I'm walking around on the road playing pool, and I'm at Barefoot Billiards, and so I'm not doing much because I didn't want to play a lot. A lot of people didn't know me at the time there, and I was wanting to get a game with this Jeff. And but it wasn't easy. Like I say, you couldn't just walk up to this guy and flip the coin and start playing, real money pool. And what ended up happening, I talked to some people that's there, and the line is like I gotta get in a game with this guy. I gotta battle a little bit. I don't want to show a lot. I was definitely the better player at the time, skill wise. I was I was better at pocketing the balls and moving the cue ball around and so forth. So the thing of the deal was that I didn't want to do a lot like that. I wanted to get this guy to play because he would play for several thousands of dollars. And at the time, that sounded really good to me. So I was spending. So finally, I ended up getting down with the guy. The line was that I was down there on vacation, and I'd went off to a few other people and this and that, and I love to play and whatever. And he had decided to play me. He had decided to play me some. I think it was 50 a game, maybe, or something like that, or maybe it could have been a $500 set. And whatever the case, I lose. I had to lose. I blow either the set, or it was 50 a game. We raised it to 100 a game, maybe, whatever it was. But I'm trying to cut to the chase a little bit, and so I get to the point I lose either the first. I'm down $500 one way or the other, and we double the bet. We double the bet to 100 a game, or we had doubled the bet to 1,000 a set. It was one or the other. I can't say for sure. But he goes to pounding me some more. But here's what happened. Right when I get to like the last 3 games to where I'm gonna be broke, everyone knew it was already clear because I had to go to the bar, take my debit card up to the bar, and max out my last 400 or 500 that I could get in a cashback thing or whatever. And so I mean that way, like everyone there knew. The ATM, that's the way I was supposed to do this. I was told how to do this. And, so everyone knows. They're sitting there like, oh yeah, he's about empty. And I'm holding my breath, making my face turn bloodshot red to this point. And I mean, I actually got good enough back in that point in time where I could actually bring tears out. So, I mean, when it's my shot, I'm walking up to this bar table, and my face is bloodshot red, and I've got tears balling up in my eyes. And, I mean, they're feeling sorry for me. I mean, I'm watching them, and I'm telling you, they couldn't stand, they didn't even want to win. To this point, they didn't even want to win. In the last 2 or 3 games, it was like that. Every time I go up there, I got big tears balling out. But Jeff, he went in and knocked me on off. We was betting pretty good money, so he didn't feel that sorry for me. And in that last game, I'd paid off whatever the set or the game, whatever it was. I paid it off the last one, and I'm telling you, I'm crying at that point. I paid it off, and I remember I just put my head down and I took off running out the front door. I just ran out the door. and that was and that's where we left it there for a day or two. I can't say exactly. It may even have been 4 or 5 days. I don't know, but I think it was a day or two we left it at that point. And well, I show back up, and I had gotten some more money sent in. I'd got some more money sent in. I was all fresh and back up, ready for round 2, and I go in there on the right night. Everyone's there, and so I'm in there. I'm ordering a drink, knocking a few balls around. I'm pulling out, it looked, a couple $1,000, nice little knot of money, and happy to go. And I'm cutting up with Jeff and everything, and talking about playing, and the next thing you know, we're talking about it. Next thing you know, we're playing races to 11 for 2,000 a set. That was the immediate next bet, and there was no more stall from that point. I wasn't allowed to stall. I was told 0 stall. If he quits, he quits. I was told just do the best I could do, get up here and get it done. And so I win the set. And he's got the coin flying through the air as I'm shooting the 9 ball, and I beat him like 11-5 or something. It wasn't even close, and the coin's in midair when I'm shooting the 9 ball in on the hill. He can't wait to play again. So I call it. We start the next set, 11-5 5, 4 or 5, about the exact same. Coins flying through midair. And okay, pretty much the same thing. The third one, this time the quarter, he's sitting on a bar stool about 12 foot away, and the coin is zipping through the air to the table, and he's a little pissed now. So he flips the coin about 12 foot in the air. I call heads, and we start the fourth set or whatever, and then it's starting to get like colorful to this point. He's just he's going from mad to, okay, you got me, you fucker. You got me, you little fucker. And I mean, I'm young. I'm 18, 19, so that helped a little bit. And it's interesting that it's one of the things about pool, people that love the game, and even that side of it, which I'll admit I'm not big into that at all, the hustling side. I don't care about gambling for sport when it's when it's good business involved, good people. But not much into the whole hustling aspect, never was. But to this point, it's turning more into like, I'm not mad. It was kind of like he was kind of like respectful, like, hey, you got me, and it was kind of it's hard to explain, but it's a mutual kind of respect with it. He was happy that I got him, and I was happy that he let me get him. And this made, it was like 8,000. This fourth set made like 8,000. There could have been a raise. I know I made a pretty good score here on this, and whatever the case, when it was over, I'll never forget, man. Like a few people, that's the first time I talked that Beanie Weenie. I don't know if you'd remember it. I think he's still alive. But he's been around a long time. But I remember he'd come up to me and he gave me a really good compliment. From him, it was really good compliment. He mentioned when I'd reddened up and brought the tears. He said he had never seen anybody that could do that good, and it was really just luck. I'm a kid down here walking around on Myrtle Beach. I didn't really have no money. I mean, so I was gonna go hard to get me some money, I mean, and so the tears are gonna come, whatever, and, but needless to say, that's a pretty good story. I really enjoyed that, and it's funny even to this day when I get my oil changed at a Jiffy Lube or something. I always think back about that guy in that spot there, and get some great players come out there, man. There's a lot of people. Some people may not want me to, that's out playing pool and everything, but whatever. There's a lot of really good players from down there and good people, and I'm hoping to go back down that way soon, actually, just to visit through there. I've always loved the Carolinas. It's a great place to play pool. Great players, great action. But have a nice day, everybody. Thank you.